Morning of day 134, having bars for breakfast. Can hike about 6 miles. Hopefully the wayside will be open when we get there. And I can have a second breakfast. 6:20, and took me 50 minutes to get ready since I slept in the shelter last night. Saved about 20 minutes of messing with the tent. And also I didn't cook breakfast or even heat up any coffee. Didn't use my spoon. That saved a minute. Pretty nice shelter here at Gravel Spring. Got to climb a hill to get back to the trail. Shadow left about 25-30 minutes ago. Mosey's just finishing up his morning routine and will be on the trail shortly. Back on trail. Because a month ago, if we came to a view, we'd be looking at bald mountains above tree line, lots of rocks, much steeper and intimidating. These are still no joke, but and I suppose if you're hiking from Georgia to Maine, they just gradually change, but to flip-flop from Maine after coming through New Hampshire and Maine, particularly the presidentials, those are still fresh in my mind. Down here to the Virginia Highlands is quite an experience. Trail wanders back and forth, making several crossings of Skyline Drive. So far this morning, past couple hours, I guess, the trail has been really flat. Hope it stays like this for the whole Shenandoahs. That would be nice. I have made it to Elk Wallow Wayside about 5 minutes before it opens, and it looks like I can get some milk and an apple and some bread and maybe a dog. Well, there were no apples, but I did have a chocolate milk and a sandwich out of the fridge. The grill was not open for breakfast. I also got a Jimmy Dean sausage frozen in my hip belt that I'll eat in a couple hours after it thaws out. But we spent close to an hour at that stupid wayside, and we have about 12 miles, 11 or 12 miles to go to the anticipated campsite tonight. This trail is just weird looking here. Like there was a fire and then a bunch of plants came back and then they dried up. Guess it's starting to rain about 1 o'clock. I think this might be a pawpaw tree. Some of you other people might know better, but some kind of fruit I'm not going to eat. It quit raining and time for us to start the ascent, the 1,300 foot ascent to Mary's Rock, which is another couple hundred feet below something called the Pinnacle. I don't know what the name of the mountain is we're climbing, but it's a big one for what we've seen so far. I'm going to take the side trail to Mary's Rock this way. It says about 1/10 of a mile. Come on, focus. There we go. Hopefully it's worth the view. But you came to see the view.
I did. But now I am going around.
I just got here.
My feet hurt. And I want to get out of these shoes.
Yep.
You'll be right back.
1.5 miles. And I reckon that's Mary's Rock, or the tip of Mary's Rock. I don't know if this is the whole thing is Mary's Rock or just one of these rocks. But I don't see any Mary. Luray down there somewhere. Arrived at bird nest number 3 hut around 4 and ate a little food, unpacked my pack because, and I'm carrying it now down a 3/10 of a mile hill to the water source, and this way I can carry the 8.5, 9 pounds of water, 4 liters, back up the hill on my back instead of in my hands. So over a half a mile round trip to get water, but I need water to be happy. But wow, look at the size of that pipe and all that water.
Yeah, I got a good flow. This is cold water.
I don't want cold water. Bird nest number 3 shelter right on the trail. Looks like Shadow's got her home away from home. Mosey's still down there filtering, fiddling around with all his water bladders and everything. I'm going to probably sleep here in the shelter over in that corner. It's kind of windy and be chilly, but I just don't feel like messing with my tent. All right, the end of the day, sun is going down a little after 7 o'clock. Me and Grateful here are sharing the shelter tonight. So what's your trail story this time, Grateful? You started in Springer?
Springer, yeah. Emma Cola came up here and met incredibly cool neon.
It's amazing you give somebody something to eat and all of a sudden you're incredibly cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's doing a big lash, and nice guy. It's great to run into people who you can relate to when you're hiking. So 17.5 miles today, and got here plenty of time to cook and clean up and all that. I think it was a good day. Tomorrow we're looking at about 14.5, and so we'll get started maybe around sunup. All right, I reckon that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.